So, this time it's a little different. I will just do a short little video. I've been asked a few times, yeah, I'm interested in traditional arts, but the problem is, what do you do if you do a mistake? The whole thing is destroyed, isn't it? Because when you're using a computer or one of these newfangled machines, they call PCs or apples, you have Control V or Command V to erase the last step. And in the case of Photoshop, you could erase everything you did before, and also in Illustrator. I don't know for other programs, probably too. So it sounds like it's a better deal, isn't it? So, what about mistakes done in traditional arts? Well, most of my comics are in black and white, so there is one big advantage when you work in black and white. Corrections can be messy, but the end result will still look good once it's scanned. So if it's just a small mistake, usually I use this. It's just white paint, gouache to be precise. You can solve it with water. For big corrections, like there is a catastrophe or something, it did happen to me to actually glue a little bit of paper on the paper. Yeah. As I said, in both cases it's just a little bit messy, but it works. When you use color, it's a little more difficult. So what I will use is, you have to be witty and a bit lucky. So one method is you're coloring with watercolors and you just notice, oh crap, I did a mistake. Instead of using your sword to commit seppuku, you can also immediately take water and just kind of try to absorb the paint you just put on the paper. And usually it will be sufficient to correct it in a manner that nobody will notice there was a mistake. So that's for watercolors. Gouache and acrylics are a lot easier because you can, in a way, because you can overpaint. It also takes a little more time. So yeah, can't have everything. Other than that, the best way is just don't think about making mistakes. Just draw and don't think about it. That's the best way to proceed. It sounds a bit silly, but once you're thinking about all the mistakes you could do, it's very easy to panic. And that's when you get the mistakes. But the other way to not do mistakes is not to think about them. And on a little side note, little bit of personal story. I've had more pictures where I had to work on it 1 hour or so to do corrections when I use the computer, because, well, it's kind of easy to erase everything you just did, isn't it? It's a bit too easy. Just need one mistake and you can erase an hour of work, no problem. And that's something that cannot happen with traditional art. And if you do mistakes, if you learn out of your mistakes, it's not a mistake. Well, I'm saying that for small mistakes. It's like you killed somebody, it's a bit hard to say, yeah, it's okay if you learn out of it, you just killed one person, it's okay. We are talking about drawing, so in the case of drawing and in the case of arts, if you do a mistake and learn out of the mistake, it's not a mistake. It was learning. So on that, don't be afraid to try traditional art. I will try to do some more let's draw and stuff these days. And also I plan to do a little tutorial on lino print. There is a way to print it without a press. It's not very expensive. You have to, well, yeah, about €10 in my case. As I said, it's not expensive, and it has a lot of charm. So yeah, we will get back to it. But as I said, mistakes, I've had a few, but I managed. See you. Up and down and up and down and up and down and down.